All right, next one comes from James. My go-to distance driver tends to be money when there is no wind, but in a moderate to strong headwind, it flips over pretty quickly, and I just can't trust it. Should I have a driver slash mold dedicated to headwinds only, or should I in general switch my go-to driver to something more stable and just try to beat a couple in to where they become bombers rather than overstable?
Ooh, I'm gonna start on this one.
Mhm.
I love this question. I love playing in the wind. So, with whatever your distance driver, your money go to disc is, buy 5 of them or 10. And if you could get a more stable version, so heavier, or if you're already throwing max weight, just I guess a brand new one. Now, if it is an understable disc, I'd say go ahead and grab a couple of more stable disc molds by whatever manufacturer you like DD Defenders. I would go with, definitely, they've got a more stable finish, and they're meant to be kind of a meat hook if you get the max weight, the right plastic. So don't deviate from your money driver too much. If you can get a higher weight and a newer version of it, it'll be more stable. But if it is an understable disc, make sure you're grabbing something with more stable numbers. And remember that that's not going to be your new money driver. It's your headwind distance driver. You're going to have a couple molds, so make sure the speed is relatively close to the same, and that just the stability or the weight varies to being more stable. What would you say?
Yeah, I agree completely with all of that. I would also say if you just can't get away from that money driver, we all have the one disc that we just love no matter what, no matter the headwind, we think we can work it. Trust a little bit more hyzer in the headwind.
Yes.
Just commit to a little bit more of a spike angle of release, and it will stand up. It's not going to roll over if it's
Mhm.
your money bomber. So I agree completely. Don't switch molds. Don't confuse your hand. Just get a more stable one, potentially, if there's a lot of OB and you need it to go left or like spike in the middle. But if you want to throw your money and you have room to throw it, just trust a little bit more hyzer.
Awesome. I know from my experience, like for my arm speed, you wouldn't think I would need a defender or like a biofusion enforcer in my bag, but I do for those super heavy windy days.
Mhm.
And when it's just a little bit of a wind, I kind of do what you're mentioned, Dustin. Is I'll tilt the angle of it just a little bit, or sometimes like my Renegade, I have a Fusion Renegade and a Lucid Renegade. If I need it to be a little more stable, I grab that Lucid Renegade
Mhm.
just in a little bit of wind. But if that wind is really blowing hard, then I grab that Defender that hardly ever sees the light of day
Oh yeah.
and I pull it out and I'm like, yeah, it makes a difference to stability when there's a headwind for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.